Some stains disappear from the floor, but never from the place where they were made. When I accepted my first job as a graphic designer, I was assigned to the 12th floor of an aging office building in downtown Manila. The building looked ordinary during the day. Busy elevators, crowded hallways, employees rushing between meetings. But after sunset, the atmosphere changed completely. By 7 in the evening, entire floors became silent. Most workers refused to stay late. I soon discovered why. During my first week, one of the janitors pulled me aside before going home. "If you ever need the restroom after 9, he whispered, "use the one on the ground floor." I laughed. "Why? Is the plumbing broken?" He shook his head. "No." Then he walked away without another word. A month later, I was working overtime to finish a project. Everyone else had already left. Only the security guard remained downstairs. Around 10:30 p.m., I headed toward the women's restroom. The hallway lights flickered as I approached. The automatic door opened slowly by itself. Inside, everything looked normal. The mirrors were spotless. The sinks were dry. Not a single person was there. I washed my hands and prepared to leave. Then, a loud drip echoed behind me. Drip, drip, drip. I turned toward the last restroom stall. Dark red liquid slowly spread beneath the door. It looked exactly like fresh blood. My heart nearly stopped. Thinking someone had been hurt, I rushed toward the stall. I pushed the door open. Nothing. No blood. No footprints. No person. The floor was perfectly clean. Even stranger, the dripping sound continued, but there was nowhere it could be coming from. The next morning, I told my coworkers. Instead of laughing, they exchanged nervous looks. One employee quietly admitted she had seen the same thing years earlier. Another confessed she often heard crying inside the restroom when no one else was on the floor. Nobody stayed late unless absolutely necessary. Curiosity got the better of me. During lunch, I searched through old newspaper archives and building records. What I found shocked me. Before becoming an office tower, the property had been a small boarding house. Nearly 30 years earlier, firefighters responded to an emergency there. A young woman had died after becoming trapped inside a bathroom during a violent domestic attack. The crime shocked the neighborhood. The building was demolished only a few years later. A new office eventually rose on the same land. Most people forgot what had happened. The land never did. Over the following weeks, the strange events became more frequent. Bathroom faucets turned on without anyone touching them. Mirror surfaces fogged over despite the warm weather. Some employees claimed they heard a woman softly saying, "Please don't leave me." Security cameras captured restroom doors opening and closing while the hallway remained empty. Maintenance crews found nothing wrong. Management blamed faulty wiring and plumbing. Workers knew better. One evening, the cleaning supervisor finally admitted something she had kept secret for years. Every Friday before sunrise, someone placed a fresh white flower inside the restroom. Nobody ever admitted doing it, yet the flowers always appeared. Months later, an elderly woman visited the office asking permission to enter the building. She introduced herself as the younger sister of the woman who had died decades earlier. She carried a framed photograph and a small bouquet of sampaguita flowers. With permission from management, she quietly prayed outside the restroom. Tears streamed down her face. Before leaving, she whispered, "You've waited long enough. You can rest now." That very night, something unusual happened. Every employee working late heard a gentle knocking echo through the hallway. 3 soft knocks, then complete silence. When security checked the restroom, the mirrors reflected only empty stalls. The mysterious red stains never appeared again. The crying stopped. The building felt lighter, almost peaceful. Today, the office remains open. New employees come and go without knowing its history. Most never experience anything unusual, but every year, on the anniversary of that tragic night, someone anonymously leaves a single white flower near the restroom entrance. No cameras ever capture who places it there. Some believe it's simply an act of remembrance. Others believe someone still returns to thank those who finally remembered her name.